What is going on, Ben Nation? We got to talk. We got some downward pressure, downward momentum, and didn't look good for a little while. Looked like a real sort of sell off. I want to say that we have to be honest, it was a little bit of an unforced error. I think the photos that were circulating online from the party and the personal attacks that continue against Ben Armstrong are probably not helping and not making anything a little bit better. But we're a couple days. We're on the 30th right now, 24 hours away from V2. So I do get the sense, I do get the feeling that we'll see a nice correction to the upside. But I think it's a little bit much to say at this point that we're going to have the big ride that I really thought was going to happen up to this point. Now, speculation is always in the positive, I would say, for whatever your perspective is. And my perspective is that as a long-term project, this is going to be a special one because it will be led by one of the biggest influencing people in the space of cryptocurrency. So it's important to consider that while considering that there was also a massive dip. Now, some of that dip could have been a tiny bit of sell-off happening from a market. By the way, very, very big holder sold off somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 ETH or so, dropping the price down, which, by the way, has been bought up at this point. But it doesn't change that I think we all kind of expected a little bit more of a run. So let's look at the chart, and then let's try to figure out a little bit about what's going on here. First of all, if you come over here, you can see that the chart had a nice and significant move after a rip all the way down to 2571. It didn't feel like it made very much sense, but you go look at this and you see there was just a dramatic sort of sell-off. Now, I went back and I looked. The person that invested into Ben bought the top, by the way. This is somebody who's been here since the beginning, bought the top, and I mean the top, and DCA'd all the way down. I don't know that they were in profit at all, but they did have a significant amount of tokens, totaling again $66,000, I want to say, and it didn't look like they won. If you ever have that question and you want to see something, I would highly recommend that you go to Dex Screener. When you go to Dex Screener, you are able to sort by price, by wrapped ETH, et cetera, and you can like pop in here and you can start to set up filters for how you want to do it, and it will tell you exactly who bought what, just the crypto wallet, obviously. But coming down this list, you can kind of make out what the price action is relative to whatever's going on in the market. You can scroll down as long as it's still in the range there. Then you can move around here and check out price action and see the buys, the sells. What is going on with this price action. And then coming down here, we did have this big sort of sell-off moment here. And as we scroll down, we can find a 14 ETH sell from 68D8 right here. And, you can click on this right here, and that will tell you, it doesn't tell you who it is, but it tells you that they did cash out, right? A lot of people are doing this because of, the swaps. But here we go. You can see right here, this person bought the top, sold the bottom. So DCA'd their way down through here, continue to buy, but also bought the tops here. You can see right here, bought 38,000 up here at the top or around the top, bought 5,000 around the top, bought 1,100 around the top, and then just kept going, kept DCAing their way through this with big and small buys, and then finally exited their position here. You see that happen, but that, of course, does have an effect on the price. So where does that leave us? Well, 3204 sitting at right now, and a little wick up here into about 3,300, but we're going to have a little bit of resistance along the way. The 50, we got the weekly 200, and then we've got the SMA, which is the simple at 200. So I think there's a little bit of resistance along the way here. So we'll see whether or not we can rally and make that move. Now, it is possible that a significant move and a significant rally comes because of this, because we have 24 hours, right? The market has corrected and is pumping right now off of a day when it did pump and the whole weekend has been basically a pump right now. Bitcoin trading currently around 34,700, up as high as 34,000, I think 900 just a few minutes ago. So the positive sentiment, all of that is probably going to work to our advantage. What kind of a move could we look at? Well, if you just kind of get an idea here that this was a break, this is what a breakout looks like for Ben. So from here, maybe 42. It's going to be difficult to establish one of these big moves again. It's going to be very difficult to establish that move. But we're going to watch it. We're going to see what happens. Now, as for what happened over the weekend, of course, Ben and Cassie went to, and by the way, they made themselves up to look like, let's just say they went for it. They went for it. And of course, what did this do? Soggy McStank bottom over here. Imagine being his kids. A bunch of crybabies doing what can only be described as crybaby shit. And of course, that's. This is how crazy this stuff gets. These psychos that attack people online continue to do attacks. So that's going to be something that'll happen. Anyway, this is not financial advice. My name is Blaze. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll look at this a little bit more later on.